Meanwhile, though, while I was confronting KSI, I heard a final response from ZachXBT, which he said, "I found another example." See, on May 11, 2021, KSI Crypto tweeted, "This is about to explode." Only moments later, though, he sold $25,000. Didn't buy it, which I get it. It's a relatively small amount, but it furthers that same pattern.
If the whole thing was different, it would be better, right? Fantastic. This was literally my top comment. If anything, it's actually the most liked comment on the fucking music video. It's got more likes than my actual music video. A comment! 202,000 likes on this comment. Why aren't you liking the video?
There are creators who have faced controversy and somehow managed to walk away from it every single time without any lasting damage. KSI did that for years. But 2024 was different. A series of events unfolded that didn't just create bad publicity. They fundamentally changed how a significant part of his audience viewed him. This time, the controversies weren't isolated incidents. They started forming a pattern, and that pattern became harder and harder to ignore. More importantly, the way KSI responded to each situation often seemed to make things worse instead of better. KSI's online career has always had its share of controversy, but 2024 became the year when everything seemed to catch up with him at once. From being publicly called out over his involvement in crypto schemes.
Yesterday, he accidentally exposed the pump and dump crypto scams that he promoted.
To what appeared to be a complete meltdown following the release of a disastrous song.
If the whole thing was different, it would be better, right? It's actually the most liked comment on the music video. It's got more likes than my actual music.
It became increasingly clear that his online image was facing serious problems. But that's only part of the story. KSI's response to each controversy repeatedly turned people who may have otherwise remained neutral firmly against him.
To YouTubers, man! I can't not say anything anymore! This is selling stuff for the sake of making money! Simple! How does this benefit their life? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better!
Throughout his 15 years on YouTube, KSI built a platform with more than 24 million subscribers by embracing an oversized personality and being willing to constantly try something new. Gaming, comedy, music, boxing, and business ventures. That same personality also created controversy along the way. Bans from gaming events, feuds with other creators, and a long and complicated public conflict with his brother Deji. Yet none of those controversies ever seemed to permanently damage his career. Each time, the audience eventually moved on, while his numbers continued to grow. That long history of surviving controversy may have given KSI the impression that the same formula would always work. But the first major sign that something was changing came after his boxing loss to Tommy Fury.
After that robbery. It's a robbery, bro. How many jabs did he land? How many jabs did you land? You didn't get hardly any shots off. And you got a point off as well.
I'll tell you one thing. He can land two right hands around, but I was pushing the pace, I was throwing the shots, and I was the one put with
the one landing.
Losing a fight isn't necessarily damaging to a public career. What matters much more is how you respond after the loss. Instead of simply accepting the result and moving forward, KSI launched into a lengthy attempt to reframe what had happened, looking for different ways to downplay Tommy's victory and what it meant.
The Tommy Fury fight, I feel like I've come out better. Way better than he has. Like, I'd much rather be in my position than his. I mean, it's nice to know that my fight with Tommy Fury will be the biggest fight he will ever have in his life. Even if he fights anyone else, no one is gonna care.
He even took direct shots at Tommy's personal life, something that ultimately served little purpose other than making the situation look worse.
To be honest, Tommy Fury has been pretty embarrassing these past few weeks. From him being with Chris Brown, having zero rhythm, looking hella awkward, to him attempting to dance with Tion Wayne, to whatever this clip is, all while Molly May is looking after his kid at home.
The audience noticed. Many comments pointed out that being a sore loser can be far more damaging than simply losing. To some viewers, this version of KSI appeared to confirm the things his critics had been saying about his ego for years. Eventually, the incident faded, as controversies usually do. But the underlying problem remained. Then, February 2024 arrived, and Coffeezilla published a video that once again put KSI under the microscope.
Accidentally exposed the pump and dump crypto scams that he promoted. They've been hidden for 2 years, but only came out when KSI logged back into his old Twitter account, saying, "Does this still work?" Now, if you didn't know, this is KSI's crypto account where he used to talk about crypto coins he liked, but he messed up because one investigator has been waiting for him to return to the scene of the crime. And that person is not me. It's ZachXBT, a crypto investigator on.
The video examined KSI's history with cryptocurrency promotions, an issue that had already existed in certain parts of the internet but had never received this level of mainstream attention. Coffeezilla went through KSI's previous crypto promotions and presented documented evidence rather than relying purely on speculation. He also highlighted transactions that appeared to contradict KSI's public statements about holding certain tokens.
KSI to this point that seemed shady. But Zach had been waiting for this moment. He goes on, "Remember when KSI posted this? All of a sudden, my XCAD bag is looking juicy again. Hodl Gang then proceeded to dump $850,000 worth of XCAD over the following days from his wallet address." Zach also shared a picture as proof. A series of transactions from KSI's wallet where starting on March 27th, when he sent that tweet, KSI started selling XCAD. The same day he tweeted he was part of the Hodl Gang, slang for someone who wouldn't sell this crypto coin, right? In fact, that wasn't the only time KSI has mentioned this holding stance publicly.
I'm holding my bags. I'm holding my Luna, my XCAD.
Videos like this are why people genuinely thought KSI was just buying and holding, but he was.
Another example was later brought forward, showing what appeared to be the same pattern involving another cryptocurrency. When questioned about these transactions, KSI argued that he didn't remember every trade and maintained that he had invested his own money.
Screenshot showing that he does have some XCAD still held. It doesn't really change the core accusation of whether he pumped and dumped his fans.
But the controversy continued to grow as more examples were presented.
Then I got another message, which changed everything from Zach. He said, "I have one more KSI example with a different coin. Turns out on March 20th, 2021, KSI tweeted this. 2 NFT coins I'm very bullish on, Super and Earn. Any other NFTs I should look at? Now, normally when you're bullish on a coin, you buy that coin. But that's not what KSI did. See, right after he tweeted that, 6 hours later, he sold $174,000 worth of Earn token. And then 4 hours later, sells another $174,000. Now, if that isn't a textbook pump and dump, I don't know the details of every transaction I made. These were coins I put my own money in, thinking they would do well. I would listen to what people said on Twitter and just follow stuff. I invested in Doge, etc. I didn't have malicious intent in trying to scam. I was new to crypto, so I was excited, putting money in random things and trying to chase the pumps, and ultimately lost heavily. I hope people didn't take advice or tweets as gold, because looking back at my track record, I was effing dog shit. I wish I was an evil genius that would pump and dump at the right time, because then at least people would say that I had some wit about me. Reality is I was just at crypto. I said as much. I said, I'm just trying to understand why you traded the opposite way that you were saying on Twitter. And KSI replied this, because I thought I was getting trolled. Honestly, every time I tweeted something, the opposite would happen on the market. So I decided to tweet the opposite of what I was actually doing and still took an L. He thought the market was against him, so he publicly said one thing while privately, secretly doing the opposite, which is kind of the definition of a pump and dump when you promote that to
a substantial defense of KSI also emerged from within the crypto community. A 38-page document argued that KSI wasn't a sophisticated trader, had lost money on multiple occasions. But Coffeezilla's central argument wasn't necessarily about whether KSI had malicious intentions. It was about the responsibility that comes with promoting financial products to millions of people who trust your judgment.
Like, if a public influencer with a lot of followers promotes something and they say they're bullish, they say they're excited, they say they're Hodl Gang, and they sell, that's a pump and dump. Shared with him the volume calculation I had done based on an aggregate of a bunch of different crypto exchanges showing that XCAD's volume went up Because one thing he told me, he's like, look, I hope people didn't actually take my tweets. And I said, this is XCAD trading volume. The red arrows are right after you tweeted, people dumped in money. Trading volume spiked by millions of dollars multiple times. Whether or not you realize it, you have insane influence, more than most celebrities. Wielding it like this is bad, whether or not you have ill intent.
Regardless of how KSI personally viewed his actions. Instead of directly engaging with those concerns, KSI went on stream and attempted to portray CoffeeZilla as someone chasing clout and using KSI's name to grow his own profile.
CoffeeZilla has made not one, not two, but 3 videos on me. And I haven't even responded.
He also argued that he was already wealthy enough that there would be little reason for him to risk his reputation over crypto.
I've turned down millions and millions and millions of deals. Like tens of millions of me to do, I don't know, some gambling stuff. So why would I go on crypto and bump it up? For what?
And before the crypto controversy had completely settled, another major controversy arrived. In September 2024, KSI, Logan Paul, and MrBeast launched Lunchly, a children's food product marketed as a healthier alternative to Lunchables.
So you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar. Whoa. Feastables Crunch Bar.
Yeah!
Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese.
The skepticism came almost immediately. Critics questioned the health claims surrounding the product, especially considering that Lunchly included products from Feastables and Prime. But the conversation exploded after DanTDM publicly criticized the launch. His criticism struck directly at what many people had already been thinking. The tweet quickly went viral, and the backlash spread across social media. By late September, KSI decided to respond by defending Lunchly in a video titled, "Everybody Hates Us Right Now."
This is what I said. Looks like crap to me, while showing his toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan? Now, obviously, people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead, they were like,
wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with Tube Heroes.
And yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one.
Instead of simply explaining why he believed Lunchly was a good product, much of the response focused on attacking DanTDM,
Sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. His fans imploded. Some just decided just to be racist. When a knicker like KSI does nothing in life and still gets paid for it in something other than welfare or food stamps, it's noteworthy. It's like how monkeys in the jungle have started to understand the concept of...
Instead of seeing it as criticism of the product itself, he portrayed much of the reaction as personal hatred.
Same energy when Ryan Trahan released sweets. Where was the same energy when FaZe Rogue released sweets? I'm not seeing people going crazy towards them on Twitter. You know why? I've realized why. It's because people just hate us. People just hate us. People hate Logan Paul, okay? They hate MrBeast, and they hate me.
Then Dr. Mike, a health professional with a large online audience, weighed in with his own analysis of Lunchly.
What I was able to conclude is that Lunchly has less sugar and therefore less calories than Lunchables in comparable kits. That's probably due to the drink component of the kit, as Capri Sun uses sugar and Prime is artificially sweetened. Lunchly has significantly more potassium than Lunchables because of the Prime drink, which I guess is good, but not something I'd regularly use in deciding if a food is an ideal lunch for a kid. But the entirety of the kit is still considered an ultra-processed.
He acknowledged that Lunchly had less sugar and fewer calories than comparable Lunchables kits.
Kids need energy to function, and calories give them that energy. Lunchly turkey contains only 230 calories, which would mean a kid would need to eat about 2.7 portions to consume enough calories. And if they did that, they'd get nearly 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is also significantly over the USDA standards. It's clear Lunchly, just like Lunchables, misses the mark too many times to be considered meaningfully healthier, at least in my opinion.
And while the Lunchly controversy was still unfolding, KSI was simultaneously promoting his next major project, a new single called Thick of It. The marketing surrounding the song immediately attracted criticism, including a promotional tweet that received a community note for being misleading. The criticism continued after the song was released. The YouTube video eventually accumulated more than 1 million dislikes.
If the whole thing was different, it would be better, right? Fantastic. This was literally my top comment. If anything, it's actually the most liked comment on the fucking music video. It's got more likes than my actual music video. A comment! 202,000 likes on this comment. Why aren't you liking the video?
People made jokes about the lyrics, the presentation, and the overall song.
Is straight fire if you were to listen to it on fucking mute. I am being 100% deadass when I say this. This is one of the worst songs I've ever fucking heard in my life. So you see the music video. All my ops getting it. You're not ready. Bro, who exactly are your fucking ops? DanTDM?
During a stream with Adin Ross, KSI was asked directly about the reaction, and his response seemed to reveal just how much the backlash was affecting him.
What do you want to happen? What do you it's already out. Your song's already a meme. What do you want to happen now? I
just wanted to stop. I wanted to stop. I want people to stop making fun of my song.
I understand, man.
You don't fucking understand because you haven't released a song before. Imagine putting your heart and soul into a project and then release it into the world and everyone's going, ha ha, ass, trash. From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. I'm literally talking about every aspect in my life.
KSI built his career around a form of confidence that millions of viewers found entertaining. But 2024 revealed what that confidence could look like when there was nowhere left to deflect. And for a growing number of people, it started looking less like confidence and more like someone who simply couldn't learn from his mistakes. That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. It helps the channel out more than most people realize.